Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, till on dated 9th, I have teach you regarding the search engine optimization and search engines optimization checkers with along with examples. And there's a few assessment. Please don't forget to complete this assessment. And now today we'll start. After 2 days gap, I'm going to start 4.4 forms as I'm unable to do my or continue my classes or continue my classes with because I have some related works, right? And so today I'll start chapter number, not chapter, 4.4, figure number 4.4, forms advance. Now in this search engines optimization, and in this last chapter, advanced features of web designing, we are going to learn in we're going to learn 4.2 regarding the form and its advance, and how to prepare the forms, and how to complete the forms, and how to design the forms after the completion of search engine optimization 4.3 and search engines optimization checkers. And let's start forms advance. Now, relevance knowledge. So far you have been using HTML and CSS for creating simple web pages. As you all know that there is a simple web pages, right? HTML and CSS, hypertext markup language, and cascading style sheets. Now HTML is which is used to design the page by using the HTML program coding, and CSS which is used to design the inner page and outer page, especially it's a outer page of the web pages for styles for creating simple web pages. These are the referred to as static web pages. Now these are referred to as static web pages. While static web pages are good enough for creating basic websites, you need to learn and use technologies such as ASP, PHP, etc. Now if you want to start the static web pages, you have to be good enough in the basic websites. What I mean to say is that you have to certain knowledge regarding ASP and PHP. As you all know, this we in class 12 we learn simple programs like CSS and HTML, but beside that, after 12 there is some technologies such as ASP and PHP you are going to read after class 12 in college, right? Now that's why if you want to be a web designer, or if you want to design the static web pages, you have to need to learn and use technologies such as ASP, active server page, the full form is ASP, active server page, and PHP, pre-hyper processor, I think it's pre-hyper processor, and etc. for creating a dynamic websites. Static web pages are good enough for creating basic website. If you are creating web pages, right, basic web pages, you need to know static web pages. Static बनाउँदा भयो तिमीले यदि बेसिक बनाउनु एकदमै सिम्पल बनाउँछ भने you are going to design static web pages. And if you want to create the dynamic, then you have to learn such a technologies which such as ASP and PHP. Without ASP and PHP, websites can be dynamic, and actually dynamic websites allows visual search and locate the informations. Now In a dynamic website, visitors can search and locate the information such as the search features of search engines or database listing. Submit information such as feedback, rating, voting, etc. If you are going to search the online websites like www.flipkart.com, www.jabang.com, www.mintra.com, you will see there are dynamic websites which visitors allow to search and locate the informations like search engines and database listing. There is a database, they will give the what are the database and submit the information such as feedback, rating and voting. That is called dynamic websites. If you want to really create the dynamic websites, there should be the some search engines and database list, as well as there should be the submit informations buttons and all, right? Now we so far we have learned there is a dynamic and static. As you all know, static is a basic websites to design for creating websites. We use static web page, and to create and to design the websites uh, in a business way, in a to search and locate the informations, we use dynamic websites, and we use the technologies such as ASP and PHP. Advanced forms. Actually, what is forms and what is advanced form? You can create it a fully form using new data field. Using the form can be stored in database or sent to the specific email address, but these features require proper support from the web hosting provider, primarily the support of front page server extensions. If you design the forms, right? If you want to design the forms, if you want to design the field forms, you have to be you have to require you have to require the proper support from the web hosting provider. So web hosting provider means those who provides the hosting site. For example, there is a GoDaddy hosting site, there's a hostinger site. They provide some provide some domain name, right? They provide some hosting sites, right? Then we can host from their domain, and but for that we have to pay the certain amount of yearly as well as monthly. But if you want to create by yourself, right, by yourself, we must know the about forms. First of all, we know about the forms, and what kind of forms you are going to design, right? What kind of form we're going to design, or is that form accept email address or database? We should know that. And these features require proper support from the web hosting provider. For this data, if you want to fill the data to be fill the data, and the data should be stored as a database, and as well as linked to the specific email address, then the that features will have to support by the web hosting provider, right? Web hosting provider, that features have to be supported by web hosting provider. Primarily the support from front page server, especially this support should be from front page server extension. Note now this note is here, you have to go through this. Front page server extension is a technology that provides a special functionality of web server created using Microsoft Page or Microsoft Expression Web. Though this technology used for over a decade, it is considered obsolete due to the evolutions of other equivalent or better technologies. You may still find a few web hosting providers extending their support to almost obsolete technologies. Now, in front page server extension is a technology that provides special functionalities on web server creating using Microsoft front page. To provide this extensions, we have to be special functionality on the web server which is created by using Microsoft front page or Microsoft Expression Web. Though this technology was over a decade, It is considered absolute due to the evolutions of or the equivalent for better technologies. You may still find a few web hosting providers extending their support to its almost technologies. Microsoft Web Expression Web replaced Microsoft Front Page. That means uh, before that there is a Microsoft Expression Web and that replaced by Microsoft Front Page. Most of the activities in the module can be used using Microsoft Front Page. However, Microsoft Front Page has a limited support for recent development vectors such as CSS, HTML5 yet you can use Form X functionality outlined in the module if your web hosting provider only for the front page server extension. If you want to create a form or from your intranet, or if your web hosting provider supports front page server extension, you can use procedure in this session to form figure it to the save the data in a database and later publish to the remote computers. If you really want to create a form for internet, not internet, or web hosting provider support, such as CSS3, the functionality outlined in the module. If you want to create, you can use procedure in this session to create the form. Even we can use front page extension to create the form and configure it as save as a database. We have to save it in database and later we can publish it to the remote computer. Web server. You can use the web server inbuilt with the operating system. Windows includes IIS Internet Information Service. Now we can use the web server inbuilt. There is also the web server inbuilt in Windows includes IIS Internet Information Services in both client and server operating systems. Both client and server operating system. IIS is inbuilt with the client operating system such as Windows XP. Actually, it is a information which is provided through the internet, and it is only supported by Windows XP, Windows Vista, and 7, as these are the old operating systems of Windows. This XP, Vista, and 7 is usually sufficient for the websites having few visitors. Now these are updated, and there is a 2008, 2009, 2010 because they usually sufficient for the website having few visitors, but nowadays there is a lot of visitors. That's why it's day by day updating. You can install IIS on Windows Vista and 7. Use the help file from the detailed instruction. And FP server extension, front page server extension, not available in Windows Vista 7 and Windows 28. You may download in evaluation copy front page extension FPSE from www.is.net web server. We can download this from this website's URL. From this URL, some web hosting providers still give support for FPSE, and you will be able to publish using FPSE. Now creating the form. How to create the form in an ASP? Now how to create the forms? You can create the form as use additional functions of mu. To create the form and store the details in database, do the following. Select new ASP and save this form as dform.asp. There is a certain extension .asp like in excel.axl. in .ppt PowerPoint, in vb.bv, in excel.xls, continuously, like ASP, there is a .asp, and these are the extension of file. Now insert the form and add the following: input text for the visitor name, here is a description, and here is image of creating the form in figure 0.15. Now insert input text, and this is the file name which we are already saved, dform.com, sorry, .asp. After completing this, we can view the site from here. In view site, we will go view site. With visitors email, we can input the visitors email, drop down box for visitor favorite color, insert. Now there is a certain forms you need to submit the form before it is displayed to the visitor. Now to customize the field, do the following: double click. After this, we have to customize the, there is a process of inserting the form and adding the following. Now number 3, double click on the first input text file. The field name is name, and click OK, and double, these are the steps. And these are all our steps. Kindly go through these steps. And here is a customizing of that particular data in figure 1.4.16. Then after this, completing this, you have to click OK. Double click in the first input text type. In color, we have to choose. We can add, modify, remove. After that, we have to create the database. To save the details collect from the form, you need to have a database with the corresponding field ready. You can create a database for you and link these fields to the database automatically. To create and link the database automatically, do the following: right click in the form and please follow the step 2. Actually, to continue this, we have to need front page server extension. Here's a figure 1.4.17. To create database, click create database. Now here is a certain dialog box. Expression web is with creating the database for you. You have completed creating the database. Now to publish database, this is a process of creating the form in ASP. Now, how to publish the website forms to the website in a website. Forms are published automatically along with the other files in a website. Select site publishing settings, select add, follow this step. After completing, click OK and select the site published to all file name, and please locate the IP address server or computer. Now viewing the website. After completing, visitor can now view the website web pages. When they click on the URL, then them to the form will appear like this. Which can fill the form by entering the details. They will see the confirmation page. After completing that, you'll able to see the confirmation page. Wow, what are sendings, what are submitting, the following details like name, email, color, submit. In 4.1 you will see the form confirmation details. The database stored in the special folder with the name FBDB. This folder is hidden for the security purpose and not in Excel to the visual. You can open the using the database software to view or modify informations within this database. This could be useful when you want to collect all the email address and send to the newsletter to visitors. Use Windows Explorer to navigate the folder that contains this website. If you are navigation, there is also the navigation. We can use the navigate. We can use navigate. If you're using with a web server with LAN, within LAN local area network, access database is stored to the special folder name FPDB. If you're using Mu, then the access database can be retrieved from the FPDB folder in a folder list view. These are the activities. Create a detailed form for the following field and configure it to the configure to save the data details in the database. Now please complete this assessment. Homework. Now publishing web pages or websites. Okay, this will continue tomorrow. Till today we'll stop here.